So here's one that I found super interesting from a client that I was working with. And as she was time blocking her week, she has a lot of several projects that she's working on that are important right now. And as she was time blocking her week, I think she was just putting into her calendar, those projects, like I'll work on this project for a little while, and then I'll work on this project for a little while, and then I'll work on this project. And it still felt overwhelming to her until we realized that what she needed to do was be very specific about what she was going to do in those projects. Because when you get to that time block and you have to work on that project, you have to like kind of open up this whole folder in your brain that's like, where am I? What would be the next step? And it takes time to do that. And you have to do that every time. That's kind of a lot of mental energy. So when you're time blocking your week or you're putting a block of time in your calendar, open up the folder in your brain at that time and say, well, what am I working on? Why is it so important that I'm putting this here? Well, there's a specific stage or phase or step that you need to take. Write that in so that you don't have to think about it. When the time comes for that time block, you know exactly what you need to do. And when she did that, all of a sudden, it was like this huge sense of relief. She knew exactly what she needed to do for every step of the week, every time block that she encountered, because she'd already done all the thinking at the beginning of the week. So, in summary, what you need to do is when you put your time block in, what exactly are you going to do during that time block so that when that time comes, you don't have to try to remember. You don't have to open that file in your brain and think back to what the next step is. You're just ready to get yourself set up and get rolling. Good luck.